Hey guys, Danny Johnson here, and today I'm going to show you something simple that you can do, and it's only on the 94 to 98, and I'll show you why. And this is just so that you have a better driving experience. So basically, the seats on the 94 to 98 are somewhat interchangeable. You can take the passenger side and put it into the driver's side. You notice this passenger side one is not nearly as bad condition as that one, and since you're the one driving the car, might as well swap it. And the reason why you can do this though is on this body style you have the seat belt that's connected to the actual floor panel, where on this version here they've changed that so that the seat belt is now connected to the seat. You can't really just swap the seats over from one to the other. Okay, so in the front we have 15mm nuts. They're on studs, so you need at least some kind of deep socket to get over those. But we're just going to remove both of these nuts and then move the seat forward. Okay, so for the back there's going to be a little screw that you have to take out. And it's more just a plastic clip, so you unscrew it to a certain point. Then just remove the cover. And now there's actually bolts that are the same size 15mm that go down into the floor. So we'll go ahead and remove both of these. So now you can pull the seat out and clean it, and you've struck gold. Look at all this change. Man, I'm rich. Return on investment. What's that coin? What the heck? Please tell me I found it's just a Sacagawea $1. Dang it, I thought I found a gold eagle or something. Anyway, look at this. Man, it's down in there. And this is something, if you ever go to, you may have seen my last video about junkyard gold, what to look for in a junkyard. I'd pull the carpet up and start grabbing all this, because, especially go find the Buicks and that, where the older generation may have dropped a bunch of change. Yeah. And man, you may need tweezers to get this out, but there's a lot of cash in here. Okay, and I'm still not done treasure hunting. There's a lot that's down there I can't get, so I'm just going to pull this tab up here. And just pulls straight up. Okay, so I'm gonna move that trim piece out of the way, then I can go under the carpet here, reach down in there and grab it. Okay, driver's side, same thing, only it has these nice caps instead that just pop right off. Took those bolts out, and now we are gonna have to disconnect the power seat, so we'll take off our bolts after we move this all the way back first. And so now you might say, well, here's the question: how do I bolt this back in without a power seat to move back and forth? And well, as long as you get the front in the right spot, you still should be able to reach under here and fill it to put it in. Or another thing, you can drive the bolts up from the bottom of the car into its area. You'll just have to get some nuts to put on the top of it so it's still secure, and I'll show you that in a minute. Now for the seat plug, I never understood why Ford did this. It's actually on a track just like this one. See that metal track that holds it on there? So it's better to take it off of that track then unplug it. And this one's broken probably for this reason, but the little tab to lift up on is up at the top of the seat. So it's really hard to see it, but you have to get a screwdriver under there when it's not broken. Lift up on it, then you can separate it. Okay, so now our seat's unplugged and we're ready to pull it out. Okay, so once you have all of your loose change, go ahead and clean this up. Okay, this car may have new carpet in its future, but that's another day. But what you'll want to do now that the seats are out is clean here where everything has run down. With the seat in it, maybe you've cleaned up to that point, but it's a nice time to clean everything out. Okay, that looks so much better now, and especially matches our really nice new armrest from our buddy Bart. You may have seen that in the other video where he sent me this. Really nice of him. Still appreciate that. Drove the car with it and it was really nice. It makes all the difference in the world. If you have something that's chewed up like my other one, as soon as you touch it, you're grossed out. This really helps the driving experience to have it nice here. So anyway, we're going to continue. Okay, and just soak the seat down as well with this. Might as well while it's out of the car. Okay, so what we did is we dropped the front of the seat on its two studs there. And from the bottom of the car, we actually drove the bolts up through. And so it's a little easier that way. Then you just get more hardware like this. And just go in there and put this on instead. Okay, and you can still get your ratcheting wrench on here too, get it nice and snug. That way it's safe. So just go pick up some extra hardware, or if you're to salvage yard, you can get these nuts there too. But now, in a way, we just now have studs coming from the front and the back. Now, since these bolts go down into the car and then they're exposed to the elements, they can get kind of rusty. And this car has been in desert climate for the most part, but it went to school with the other owner, and it got a little salt on it, and it actually snapped one of these as I was taking it out. So anyway, clean up the threads. I'm just going to put a little bit of this liquid wrench on it just to make it nice and smooth to go in. But since these stick out from the bottom of the car, you might want to coat them somehow. Okay, so now we're going to take off these seatbelt holders here, now that they're on the opposite side. And I do have a video on how to take out the headrest if you want to do it that way. But if you want to just get a 1/4 inch drive ratchet and then a T20 Torx, because it's a Torx, you can actually just put this little guy down in there and remove these bolts, or these screws. Just gotta be careful, and not a lot of room in there, but you can do it. Okay, so that's how you pretty much get a new passenger seat into the driver position. Oh wow, that feels good. That feels like a new seat. It's not smashed down. You know, this one's had its day. It's sagging and all that, and then this one's like new. So this is actually really good for the driving experience. It feels like a newer car already. Okay, so that worked out really well. It's like a brand new seat now. It feels good. Keep in mind, you will be losing your little seatbelt holster there. The switch will now be on this side to, you know, put that down, as well as reclining the seat is on that side. I can live with that. This is now a manual track seat, and that's fine. Passenger side, you know, you have lost the power seat. It will no longer, you know, function unless you want to bring that harness over. You can extend it if you wanted to, if it's that important to you. Also remember how rich you're going to be when you get all this change out of here and you find 1998 relics like this eraser. But anyway, this is a free mod that you can do to help your driving experience feel even better in an old Cobra. Thanks for watching, guys.